Welcome back to Secure Future Initiative Tech Tips, the show where we talk to Microsoft experts about how you can apply SFI learnings to your environment. I'm Sarah Young, I'm a principal security advocate, and back with me is Michael.
I'm Michael Howard. I'm a senior director in the Microsoft Red Team. And in this episode, we have Joylynn, who's here to talk to us about scanning for creds in code and push protection. But before we get to Joylynn, I want to give a bit of flavor to this thing. Um, it's 2025, and here we are. We're still seeing creds in code, in configuration files, in repos. It's a very common vulnerability from a red team perspective and from an attacking perspective in general. The number one goal that attackers want is they want to get creds. And if you're putting them in code or you're putting them in repos, it's so incredibly easy to get those credentials and then use them to access sensitive resources. So this is a really serious issue, and I'm so glad that Joylynn is here to talk to us about what we can do to help. Joylynn, you would like to introduce yourself to our audience?
Oh, yes. My name is Joylynn Kirui. I'm a senior cloud security advocate at Microsoft. I'm in Sarah's team, and I do everything developer security. And actually, how I ended up in developer security was actually like for being a software developer. And like most developers, I wasn't thinking about security, and I got compromised at one point. And so now it's very important for all developers to have that security first mindset and think about security whenever they're coding. Because I always say developers actually are first line of defense because they know when they're doing stuff wrong. And we have to do things correctly from the word go, what you call shifting left, what you call also DevSecOps. You've probably heard of the terminology. So whereby at least the developers need to have all these security tools enabled where they are within the IDE as well to identify the security vulnerabilities before they actually commit them. And I like today's topic where we're talking about secrets and credentials, because today actually attackers don't break in, they actually log in, because we actually give them the keys to the kingdom. We have the API keys hard coded, we have the passwords hard coded. And probably if you have your API keys that you erroneously committed and you didn't revoke them, they're still active. So they still use them to log into your systems. So yes.
Jolene, I know that there are it's really easy to accidentally hard code things and push things. So I know Michael will have so many more thoughts on this than me.
Accidentally.
It is, well, it's easy to do.
It's easy. That's the thing. It's
Yes.
easy. That's the problem. It's easy, and then you make it easy for the attackers as well.
Yeah.
I know. So, Jolene, what tool do we use, or do we generally use in Microsoft to do this? Of course, there are other things out there, but because it's a capability, but what do we use?
So we use GitHub Advanced Security to check for secret scanning, and it's pretty easy by the way to use this. And the thing I like about this is it actually prevents you from actually committing your secrets in the first place. And I'll show you how to do this. So within your repository, all you have to do is to go to your settings and then scroll down to the security section. And then under code security, you'll see all these other features that are available using GitHub Advanced Security. You can go in and just play around with them. What you're interested in right now is secret scanning. So all you have to do to enable secret scanning is just to click as simple as that. Click enable. And then when you scroll down, you'll see that it's already enabled. And then you'll notice that other capabilities have appeared right now, including what you call push protection. So push protection actually prevents secret leaks by scanning for highly identifiable secrets before they're actually pushed. So when a secret is detected in code, contributors are prompted directly in their IDE or command line interface with remediation guidance to ensure that the secret isn't exposed. So all you have to do is to enable push protection is just click enable. And the thing I like about this is that, yes, within your IDE, if you're trying to commit to this particular repository, once you've enabled push protection, it will prevent you from actually merging that commit because it has detected a secret. And then also, if you're within the repository, you're trying to create a new file and it has secrets, it will also prevent that. So let me just show you that in action. So I have my repository here. Let me just easily just show you how it works. I'll just upload just a simple test file with a secret. Let's see. Maybe it's a Python file. Let's see. Let's just try and commit that to the main branch. We can see clearly that we have an API token. So what it does, it directly tells you that, yes, it has detected a secret and it's probably a Slack API token. So you know that developers, they probably use this community sites just to collaborate. So it noted that within a particular line, it has found that particular API token. So you can say that it's probably used in tests, or it's a false positive, or I'll fix it later. But it's best to fix that as soon as possible. So let me just show you as well on VS Code. So I have this particular repository. So I cloned it within my VS Code, and I made some changes as well. So I'm trying to sync the changes. And what it does, it will tell me to, let's see. So I have the API token just the same way I had it within GitHub. And what it has found using the code review comments, you can see that it actually found an issue. So it prevents the merge from actually being completed. And apart from that push protection as well, you can use this code review. So we have this bit. So we have the Copilot code review. So Copilot code review also checks for this secret as well and code issues as well before you actually commit when you're doing your source control. So what this particular feature for Copilot code review has found is that I have been had coding the Slack API token here. It found actually 5 issues. Including this hard-coded API token. So it's important for us to go in and fix them as soon as possible. So you can see here, it's giving me all these issues. It found another secret key that's actually hard-coded. And then it also found other issues with the code. So you can see it's actually giving you a comprehensive view of your code security as well as your secret scanning just before you even merge the changes to your repository. So it's just as simple as that, preventing these commits from actually being there in the first place. So let me just show you as well what happens when GitHub Advanced Security finds your secrets. So in this case, it found that I have this basic authentication. And then it gives you recommendations. So it tells you which line of code is actually affected. And you can close it as revoked or used in test or false positive or won't fix. But the best practice in such a case, when you identify a secret, is first of all, revoke that secret. And then I know we'll have another session just to cover how to store secrets securely using key vaults and whatnot. So you have to follow best practices as much as possible and prevent hard coding before it actually gets out there. Because as I said earlier, attackers actually don't break in, they log in, and we're giving them all the access when have these passwords, secrets enabled. So the other thing that I want to show you is, I know that some companies create their own custom secrets. And the thing with GitHub Advanced Security secret scanning, you can be able to detect your custom patterns as well. So all you have to do here is to go to custom patterns and create the new pattern. Give it a pattern name, let's say just test. And you can use generative AI as well to create your regex. So you probably find that for your organization, using, let's say, this is my secret pattern. Let me give it an example. So I want it to generate this format for me. Let's see. I want mine to start with, let's just say this. And this is the format that it should follow. Let's see what it generates. So you can see it gives us a couple of results here. So this is the secret ID, and then this is the regex format as well. So I can use any of these. So let's say use this. So for this secret format, all I have to do is to save and dry run. So if I scan, and then it scans your whole code base for any secret that is found with that particular custom pattern. So I think this is very important because I know more and more organizations are using custom patterns. So it's very important just to identify which of the repositories have hard-coded repositories. So you don't have to do this only for your repository one at a time. You can do this for your whole organization as well and scan all of them all at once. And that gives you all those issues within a particular dashboard.
Pretty cool, Jolene. And now, Michael, I'm sure you will have some thoughts on everything we had a look at there and those capabilities.
Of course I do. What do you expect? Yeah, so I love it for a number of reasons. The big one being it's dead easy. I'm a huge fan of if you can make it simple, straightforward, and very effective, then people will just do it, right? I mean, if you have to go through all these hoops to do things, people are just not going to enable it. But the fact you just go
Yeah.
click, I mean, and it's done. I'm a huge fan of this is a major problem that we see every day, and anything that we can do to get rid of credentials in code and configuration files, and certainly inside of repos, is always a good thing. I love the fact that it also detected that in this example it was a Slack token. So it tries to do its best to help you understand what the token may actually be. Yeah, I love it. I love it. By the way, does this also apply to Azure DevOps?
Oh, yes. So the thing with GitHub Advanced Security is also the same capability is also available on Azure DevOps.
Fantastic.
I know something that I just want to point out. Now, I'm not the biggest person on these things. I, in fact, never know the answers, but I do know that GitHub Advanced Security, if you have a public repo, is totally free as well. So you have no reason not to turn it on, none at all.
Exactly. So yeah, just go in, follow the simple steps. It's as simple as just clicking a button.
Mm. Yeah, and I think as well, it's worth saying, I don't know if any of you folks have some more up-to-date stats, but I remember maybe 5 or 6 years ago when I joined Microsoft, we were saying that the statistics were showing that on average, if you accidentally pushed a key or a secret into public code, the average time for an attacker to pick it up, because of course we know people are scanning the internet for things, was maybe half a day, maybe a day. Whereas I believe now the most recent stats are minutes, something like that,
Mhm.
which is terrifying, which means if they're going to pick it up and potentially use it that quickly, you have to prevent things being pushed to start with, right?
Yes. So you actually find that most of these commits actually done erroneously. So you're probably pushing when you're in your test environment. So it actually takes a few seconds. So those few seconds of actually exposing, let's say, an API key is all it takes, because actually now cleaning up is the mess behind it. Not unless now you have to go back, and it's really a pain to rotate your API keys, or just revoking that and now creating a new one. So you just rather have it right from the word go.
Yeah, and
It,
that's what you have to do, right? If you do find that a key is in a repo, the first thing you need to do is roll it, right? Is revoke it and
Revoke it.
issue a new one, and don't check it back into the code, right? So don't do it again. So yeah, that's always good advice.
Yeah. So I think, and of course, as we've said, the most important thing, because from developers, we know developers traditionally often have come, clashed a bit with security folks, is that this is, as you said, Michael, nice and easy. And so it won't get in the way of people's productivity, because we know if security and productivity go up against each other, usually security loses, right? Sadly. Well, it's been really great to learn about push protection and how you can find secrets in your code, but obviously don't put them in. So, all for our audience, go and check out GitHub Advanced Security. You've got no reason not to, because this is a way that we see breaches and you start time and time again. Joylynn, thank you so much for taking the time to join us and share your expertise. And with that, we will wrap up this episode. Join us again for another episode of Secure Future Initiative Tech Tips. And to read more about how you can find out how you can apply Secure Future Initiatives learning to your environment, you can go to aka.ms/SFI Tech Tips. See you later.